The opening should hook viewers through understatement and psychological tension, not anger.
She texted me from the airport. "Girls' trips are about freedom," she wrote. "I'm blocking you until I get back." I just stared at the message for a long, long time. Finally, I typed back, "Travel safe." The block came instantly. It was clean, final, like a door slammed shut with no room for discussion. I sat there in our living room, and it was then I realized just how loud silence can be. That night, I opened our shared calendar. All her upcoming events were gone, quietly removed. But the hotel confirmations, they still landed in my email. She'd forgotten to change the contact address. I didn't confront her. I didn't panic. Instead of arguing, I decided to watch, wait, and document. The next day at work, my phone was quiet for the first time in months. It was a strange feeling. I suddenly noticed how often my days had been punctured by her calls and texts long, confusing explanations that never really explained anything. A few friends asked me why I looked so much lighter, happier even. I didn't have an answer for them, not yet. But something inside me was shifting, silently. Mid-week, a message request popped up from an account I didn't recognize. It was one of her friends. "Hey, do you know which hotel she's staying at?" I replied honestly, "I don't know." She blocked me. The little typing dots appeared, danced for a moment, and then disappeared. Silence. That evening, I printed out the hotel emails. I took screenshots of everything and saved them in a folder. It felt strange, like I was becoming a version of myself I'd never met before, a detective in my own life. But the clarity, however cold, felt so much better than denial. That night, I slept deeply, truly slept, for the first time in weeks. 2 days later, late at night, my phone buzzed. The block was gone. Her message read, "I miss you." I kept my reply simple. "How's the trip?" She sent back a vague joke, quickly changing the subject. I didn't take the bait. I just told her, "I hope you're enjoying the freedom you wanted." Her tone shifted immediately. "Freedom doesn't mean betrayal," she texted. "Why do you sound so distant?" I didn't accuse her. I didn't ask a single question about where she'd been or who she was with. I just said, "Trust grows in sunlight." She didn't reply again until the next morning. Her message said she felt judged and needed space. I agreed. "Have a safe return," I wrote back. The calm I felt in my chest was surprising. It was solid. While she was away, I started going through our bank statements. The expenses lined up perfectly with the hotel confirmations I had. The dates, the locations. It was all too neat to be a coincidence. I took notes, but without anger. The facts felt steady and reliable in a way emotions just hadn't been. The day she came back, she asked if we could talk. I said yes and put the kettle on for tea, not coffee. We sat down, and she spoke first, accusing me of being the one who had changed. I just listened, letting her say everything she needed to say without interrupting. When she finally finished, I asked her a simple question. "Do you want honesty, or do you want comfort?" She hesitated, and that hesitation told me everything. So I told her, "I have both receipts and patience." The look on her face changed in a way that words can never fully hide. She started talking about how the trip was complicated, how nothing was simple anymore. I looked at her and said, "Marriage is simple when respect is present." She started to cry then, saying she felt trapped. I just replied, "Trapped people don't block their partners." We sat in that heavy silence for what felt like an eternity. Finally, I told her I wouldn't chase someone who runs away from accountability. "Is this an ultimatum?" she asked. "No," I said. "It's a boundary." The next morning, she packed a bag. There was no drama, no shouting. She just said she needed time to think. "Take all the time you need," I told her, "somewhere else." The front door closed gently behind her. In the days that followed, messages came. They were filled with confusion, regret, and justifications. I only replied about logistics and paperwork. The urge to argue, to defend myself, was just gone. Peace had replaced that urgency. Weeks passed. The story seemed to spread on its own. Our mutual friends stopped asking me questions. I started focusing on myself, rebuilding routines that belonged only to me. It turns out, freedom is contagious. One evening, she asked if we could meet. I agreed, but chose a public place, a neutral coffee shop. She looked tired, uncertain. "Do you hate me?" she asked. I thought about it for a second. "No," I said. Hatred requires a closeness we no longer share. She apologized then, a real apology without any excuses attached. I accepted it, but I didn't reopen the door. Closure doesn't always have to look like reconciliation. When I got home that night, the house felt lighter, bigger, and I realized something profound. When she blocked me on her phone all those weeks ago, she had freed me too. Not from her calls or texts, but from the constant fear and uncertainty. The story ended not with a bang, but quietly, with my dignity intact. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever been in a situation where you had to choose between a painful truth and a comfortable lie, I hope you choose the truth. It's the only path to real peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.